It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Lions. With that, let's head up to Detroit as we say hello to our guys, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
To throw on second down is Stafford. He's got time to the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
Really, it's a solid draft class from a year ago. They were able to address some key weak spots on their team and fill in some holes.
And they were able to identify the players they wanted early in the process. Got a little bit of luck as some guys may have fallen to them. But for the most part, knew their philosophy and stuck to it. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
To throw is Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Riddick with a carry. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Theo Riddick, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. So they get the ball on the opening drive. They take it in for the score.
And how about setting the tone right away? Everyone talks about wanting to do that, but you always hear it in every locker.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
Man, it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Here's Stafford now on second down. Finding time. Now the pressure comes, Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. A strong run. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Taking it about the 36. Here's Sam Martin now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Let's take it inside his own 40. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as... Here's Riddick. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Joe McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Clock runs, less than a minute to go in an entertaining first quarter of play. They come out here in the eye. Now Riddick. Ooh, with a juke. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Out of the gun, Stafford. And it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. And some room to maneuver.
Well, you can just see this one coming, couldn't you? It's an obvious passing situation.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Play action. Stafford. He's got time in the pocket. Great protection. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Defense maybe trying to guess the snap count there, and it costs them 5 yards. 5 yards to gain here on third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
On the ground, it's Riddick. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And I think he's a guy, if they had let him walk, no one was going to be shouting from the top of a mountain. But he's a good guy. He's a good locker room guy, too.
Good locker room and a good player. I mean, he's a valuable starter for them. And if you just want to start over and maybe bring in someone new, the learning curve might be a little bit big. So it's a good job by getting him taken care of, and now they can move forward.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he's got some space here. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Here, coming off his pick six. Complete to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And to give this time to the tailback. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a 1 yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down and 6. A shotgun snap for Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Second down following the run. Here's Here's Stafford now on second down. Surveying the field. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron.
Offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. They go back to Reddick. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Second and 10, Stafford again. And Jones has it over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 1st down, Stafford here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's Stafford. He hits Reddick underneath. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Gostkowski's kick is good. So we reach half, never mind. From the end zone, Stafford. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Caught left side by Funchess. Funchess is free. The 40. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 81 yards. And now the offense operates in the red zone. From the red zone now, Stafford can't find anyone open. To the right side to Eric Ebron. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. And he's back here in the struggle department in this one like he was a week ago. And, partner, I think you can pin some of this on that O-line. The room to run just not there.
You mentioned last week that it felt like the offensive line was getting beaten to the punch by the guys across the ball.
It was pretty evident, I thought.
I mean, they were off the ball fast, penetrating, getting into the offensive backfield, really spilling a lot of runs before they got started. So I thought your observation was spot on then, and you're right there again this week. Same thing is happening, not able to get started because they're not able to control the point of attack.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. And they'll go with the ground attack here. So we got 3 at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. To throw on second down is Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. On second down, here's Stafford. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's Stafford now on second down. He's got time. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 12, and it'll be first down, Detroit. So the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Hey, got three. Big 20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This will be caught at about the 6. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. Looking for someone to throw to. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And this is incomplete. A disappointing drop there on 4th and goal. And the Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Stafford on 1st down. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. This is Reddick on the screen. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. It only took Stafford 90 games to hit 25,000 yards in his career, fastest ever, and he adds to that yardage total there.
I'm not sure anyone in the league has a more confident arm than Matthew Stafford does. He can wait until they're actually open before delivering, as opposed to anticipating them being open because of the strength of his arm, and he doesn't mind showing it off.
So they're operating in the red zone. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Finding time. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. He's got time, and he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes. Because